So President-elect Trump has said he wants Congress to repeal the Affordable Care Act almost as soon as he gets into office, and that he thinks once his cabinet is in place that he can come up with a replacement. What are the chances that that will happen?
Well, if the replacement plan looks like Obamacare, acts like Obamacare, smells like Obamacare, tastes like it has the no pre-existing condition, has the universal mandate in some form, has the ability of state subsidies, he can do it quickly. He simply calls Obamacare Trump care, done, we move on. Substantial reform, this is why the Republicans haven't come up with anything in the last 7 years on it. It's a very difficult knot to untie unless you just say no health care and then you move on and watch markets collapse.
A big part of President-elect Trump's campaign promise was to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border and get Mexico to pay for it. He now says that this wall will still be built, but it will be taxpayer funded, and eventually Mexico will pay for it. How feasible is that?
Well, building the wall can be done if you get Congress to allocate the money. Now the question is how big, how are you going to structure it? You could do this. We already have walls in place over a lot of the border. The Mexican financing aspect, you can't make another country pay for something. You can slap tariffs and taxes on as much as you want. Then comes a trade war. And one of the things nobody's looked at is what happens on the other side of that wall when you build it. Mexico right now is on the progress of becoming a failed state. Do you really want to encourage that over the next 4 years?
Moving on to this bombshell that came out yesterday, U.S. intelligence officials are seeking to confirm reports that Russian operatives have compromising information on President-elect Trump, financial information as well as personal information. But even without that confirmation, they've put details out there. What does that say about how credible they think that this information is?
For this information to come forward was an attempt, according to intelligence agencies, to not just let it be leaked out there. It's a sign that there are things that have to be addressed, and how you deal with that. There is a danger the president-elect is compromised. If everybody knows about it ahead of time and he can get through the scandal of it, then maybe he can become a functional president and the Russians lose their blackmail over him. This is a situation I have never seen in my adult lifetime looking at politics. The potentially substantial allegation that the chief executive of the United States is compromised by a foreign power. This is the stuff of an HBO or a Showtime miniseries, not usual presidential politics.
Now, Trump has said that he plans to separate himself from his businesses and have his sons run them. Does that resolve any ethical or conflict of interest questions?
It resolves them to a small degree. He can say, look, I'm not day-to-day managing the fortune, but he plans to go back to his businesses. Usually the price tag of becoming president has been in the modern age a recognition that the country comes first, my personal finances way down the pike. This president-elect has not yet made that clear separation. And as such, there will be continual questions about why he is making decisions for his own well-being or the nation or both. It's a form of gray area we're not used to having in presidential politics.
Finally, Trump has said that he will still not release his tax returns. He says that the only people who are interested in those returns are reporters. Is that true?
Well, right now, some 70% of the public in polls say they don't care about his taxes, they don't care about Russia, they don't care about his businesses, they just want to see if he can do something good for America. In 6 months to a year, if his administration is not delivering things, the public is going to care more and more about it. Lawmakers have to care about it because there is a ticking time bomb in there. He is actually strongly influenced by foreign powers. We have the possibility of presidential impeachment and other extra constitutional actions that can occur with a president who's seen as a clear and present danger to the nation. Releasing his tax returns would be a step forward in taking that off the table. Until then, people will speculate, and the speculation can turn nasty fast.
Carl Luna, thanks so much for speaking with me.
Thank you.